Hi!
Hi everyone.
Well, it's Friday again.
Yeah, finally. I can't wait every week.
Same here.
So, what are we gonna talk about today?
Well, we finally have results of some long-standing stories, or semi-finals, like with Brexit.
And with Bitcoin.
And also we'll speculate on valuable investments into oil industry and computers.
I have
software.
a little news about copper, and that's quite it. Not too many news.
Yes, this was quite a positive week, and all the newspapers were stating, yeah, everything is positive, everything is going so well that everything's going.
Boring.
It was good. Yeah, we have nothing to analyze actually. So we are on our way to crypto news.
Yeah,
and we have hot, booming, smashing news on
Bitcoin. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it hit the level of 5,120 on Tuesday, the 2nd.
Oh, going up on Tuesday. Ding, 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 ding. Going up on Tuesday.
Okay. Well, it actually just corrected and fell to below 5,100, but still we expected to test 4,800 and see what it's gonna do next. And the most conservative forecast is that it's going down to 4,200, which is still higher than it used to be.
It's time to recollect all the forecasts that Bitcoin will rise 250,000 USD till the end of the year. Well, running to buy, high time to buy.
David Siegel is a founder of Pillar Project. It's some kind of wallet management platform.
Okay.
And he is blaming American regulators. He's saying that American regulators are freezing. They cause this cryptocurrency winter, and he says that the SEC is actually hindering the developers and not letting them bloom. So as a result, the United States are actually not the platform for crypto developers, and these developers and their investors are changing, moving to Europe, to Asia, and one of the main their destination points is China, which is, according to block data, they are actually the leading the blockchain technology, and they have approximately 1/4 of all the projects launched.
Wow.
Yeah, 263 projects launched there. And
quite the same proportion with the world population. Well, like we said, it just was too positive week to have a full-scale crypto analysis, so we're shifting to traditional assets. Well, this week saw, like we said, semi-final of the protracted story of United Kingdom quitting Europe. It never actually was with it, so it still tries to make an impression that it is. So, like we said during our previous review, the Houses of Parliament made the choice on either Prime Minister's May project and on all the alternatives, and actually they rejected all of them. So, and it was really a disastrous rejection, 130 something A's, like they said, against 300 something no's. Yep. And news are coming just every moment. So British pound dropped from 1.3 to 7 to 1.30, which was actually called a psychological level to continuous disastrous fall, but it's surprisingly went up later. Actually, we analysts say that this is just because the moment they voted against, all the positive signals came from European Union, which said, okay, guys, let's stay in an economic union, okay, and perhaps we may establish just agree on some postpone of your Brexit, but just don't quit on the 12th of April. Yep, and well, they said, just yeah, fine, why not? And just the news of the hour, the last obstacle towards the final agreement between government and parliament actually fell just now. Prime Minister May agreed with the Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn, who was in main opposition to the Brexit agreement as it is now. They agreed on some joint actions towards this, which may seem that, well, Britain may just reschedule the exit from European Union to, well, they say January, April 2020. Of course, this will positively influence the exchange rate of GBP. So, guys, it has to be a short-term investment, but don't be too in a hurry. Just wait the 12th of April,
you
the
have
deadline.
To be really careful
yeah, the deadline of it all. By the way, the 12th of April is next Friday. So at least we have one topic to talk the next week.
So what I have is copper, and we actually saw that it was rising, right? The price rates were rising by 11%, and I think we used to talk about copper, right?
Yep, one single time.
Remember that time. And so they are rising, but still don't be too optimistic about that, because actually there are some signs that it may be not going up for rallying further on.
Why so?
China has some really strange things going on, and they have their policies on copper changing, and we can't really understand what they want to stimulate and what is this going on there. Okay, and the second is that some research shows that actually the supply is growing, and this is bad for demand and for the price. Well, it's good for all the manufacturers and all the people doing anything out of copper, but still it's bad for prices, so it may not continue to grow. Well, that's quite it.
This week we saw what happens inside Saudi Arabia, one of the most discreet countries on planet, and at the same time one of the most wealthiest, which is actually the booming combination. So, as you might heard, the leading state oil petroleum company of Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabian Oil. Wow, such a creative name. Saudi Aramco, just kidding. So, is preparing to the initial public offering. It's a topic we try to touch upon these last episode. And so in order to be prepared, it has to come through the independent audit. And so the result of it was that the net income, not just income or just cash inflow, it was net income, and it peaked 111 billion United States dollars. The company pays half of its income to the state, as well as just a 20% extra. The reason why they are IPOing themselves is that company needs cash for acquisition of Saudi Basic Industries, just a chemical company, so they're just becoming more integrated into the business. Remember the advice on how profitable an IPO may be, and just keep in mind 1 billion, and you may just think on how fast and how high may your profits be.
I want to comment on that to people who do not read our news on our site. You better do. LH Crypto is going to support different IPOs this year and next year, and we will offer you these assets, trading assets, just as soon as they come out. So you, right? So
yeah, so you have. Not you have, but you must right now subscribe to our channel, because all the announcements will be done here. Really? And don't forget, and don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter on the website lhcrypto.com. Adobe Systems and Microsoft were hot news of software this week, because they are integrating. Can you imagine this? So the companies which I've just looked through the year-to-year graph, the year value of their shares, it's just skyrocketing. It's not a single significant diminishing, except of Adobe within the December 2018. There was just a tiny drop, but so shares are already peaking that way, 275 USD, so against 190. So two companies agreed to integrate their sales and marketing software, thus changing the products of Salesforce company. So the idea is to join the account profiles of Adobe Experience Cloud, and Microsoft Dynamics Customer Relationship Management System. Too many unexpected and complicated words in one sentence, I do understand, but that is how the companies are earning. Just remember that developing cloud services is the main revenue gain of Microsoft, like we said in one of the previous episodes. So time came to join with Adobe to compete for the profitable market. So we believe that Adobe will really be just leading grower this this year, because like I said, it's already moved to Standard & Poor's 100 rating, replacing new Fox corporations. Can you imagine it? So it's now on its historical heights again, and reading all the reviews by our colleagues, so their revenue in midterm is going to grow due to the brightness and overall success of the idea. So much expected, so much anticipated Friday is on its way. So we are going to have a rest and wishing you all the best too, along with the profit. Along with the profit, which we hope will be with you and with us. So have a great weekend. See you next week.
Bye.